guys, it's Kiera Faith here, and welcome to another video, and today is another huge video in the fandom. Phil just posted it, and it's called Coming Out to You. Now, this is starting off a little mellower than the last video. We all know that basically I started hyperventilating and freaking out. I'm not going to do that this time, because, well, basically we kind of already knew it because of Dan's and then, like, Twitter and stuff. Some people may not know, so this may be a bigger deal if, like, they only watch Phil or don't, like, go on Twitter or anything. But for me, I just really want to watch because I want to see how he, like, portrays himself and comes out with it finally after all this time. I also wanted to address a few things really quickly first. In the last video, there were a lot of people who enjoyed it and a lot of people who related with me and agreed with me and just, like, you know, and were very nice and kind. And there were some people who were just plain rude and hateful and mean and didn't even want to actually have a conversation about it, just, like, totally shut me off and, like, hated me for it, you know. So those people I ignore because I'm not gonna let haters get to me. But there were also people who were genuinely concerned and genuinely had questions as with how I portrayed myself in the video and how the video was portrayed. I now put a edited disclaimer in the description because of it. There were a bunch of people with the same exact, like, concerns about, like, one of the things was that I used the word canon, and that I seem to focus too much on fan, which in the beginning of the video I did warn you that I was going to probably do that, because I knew that not many people were going to, and at the same time, like, I know that out of all that video, fan was the least important. I know that there were hundreds of things more important than that, and I'm so proud of him. Like, I cried because of it. Like, I'm so proud of him and Phil that, like, I just words can't express. But to me, I also talked about this in the description. I am a straight white female. Straight white? I'm not white, but I am Hispanic. I'm mostly white. I'm just, like, half white, half Hispanic, so I say both. But I've never swayed my sexuality, I've never swayed my gender, so a lot of the, like, you know, relatable things in that video that may be more relatable to some people because they've gone through that and know about the experience of it, I don't. So to me it was, like, a little bit, like, on the more, I focused on being proud of him side of it, whereas I didn't relate to it in the same way. But there are other things that I did relate to, like, throughout the video that can relate to more things than just your sexuality and gender. So I wanted to come out and apologize to anybody who felt, like, offended or thought I was being rude or hurtful or focusing too much or, like, don't care about them themselves, because that is totally not true, and if you know me at all, you know that is not true. I would never, ever focus on anything like that. I just decided that I wanted to talk about it more because I know people were scared to talk about it, and I may have went a little bit too far by using the word canon on accident. I didn't mean it as an offensive. And I 100% am so proud of both of them. So I'm gonna try not to focus as much on fan today, but I just want to let you know that it's probably going to come up and it's probably gonna happen. But that I don't mean any offense by it, and it's been like a main thing in my life for like 4 years, and not even the romantic relationship between them, but just like the platonic and everything between them was so like that's what made me start watching them in the first place. So I just wanted to come out with that first before we watch this 7-minute 45-second video called Coming Out to You by Amazing Phil. So if you have any more questions or want to talk, feel free to comment down below. I'm not gonna be one of those people who just takes your comment as hate. If you go back to the last video, you'll see a bunch of actually written out comments to people because I didn't want people to have that opinion on me based on one video. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, let's get on with the reaction. I may have watched the first part of this video because I kind of forgot about reacting to it, but only like the first 10 seconds, so I think we're gonna be okay. But I'm just really excited to, like, talk about, okay.
Keep it low key. So there's something quite big I've been meaning to tell you guys. This isn't my natural hair color. I've been dyeing it since I was about 15. It's kind of mousy brown, but it goes really ginger in the sun, and I prefer it to look dark. There, like it's out there. You happy? Oh, there is something else. I'm gay. Which, depending on who you are, you might have already known, or it could have been a surprise. Surprise! So I should have told my parents. Part of me just wanted to make this a 5-second video where I just did this. Hi, I'm gay. Ow. But I thought it'd be nice to talk about it here because some gay people, like most gay people, have a pretty similar story which some people might not realize. And even if you don't totally relate to my story, you might learn something or change your view or just feel like you're not alone with something that you went through. So I've known I was gay since I was about 12-ish, and I think I first noticed thirst. I think first, well, it was thirst when
he was like, wait, what did I just say?
And I saw a beautiful, hot, shirtless guy walking past me with his stunning girlfriend. And I think most of my guy friends would have been like, wow, I want to be him. Well, I was like, wow, I want to kiss him. Wait. Due to the attitudes around me in my young life in my small northern town, I felt a bit ashamed when I realized this, and I just thought that I'd been born wrong. And as I was starting a new school at age 12, I thought it'd be best to keep this on the DL. Just be quiet about it for now, because, you know, it might be a phase, or I might grow out of it. Spoiler alert, I did not. I grew into it. That was weird. What? Sorry. So even though I was gay, I totally hid it away. Wow, that rhymed. Yo, if you're gay, don't hide it away. Okay, that was the worst thing I've ever done. So fast forward like age 12 to 18, I'd just pretend to like girls when my friends were talking about them. Wow, yeah, that side boob. It's really great. I wish I could see more of that specific boob. Me being a mousy brown-haired nerdy teen, no one paid that much attention to me, like, at all at school. So thankfully my sexuality wasn't a big issue. This helped me avoid conflict, which I appreciate, but being forced into silence and not being able to have fun or just doing all the things that my straight friends were doing made me really sad. All my friends were having first girlfriends and first kisses, and I just felt really left out and weird. I even thought if I tried to be straight, it would just magically fix me and everything would be fine. I even had some girlfriends, two, for a week each. I mean, it didn't last very long because when it got to the kissing, it was pretty obvious I wasn't interested. I think my brain was just drifting to what geography homework I hadn't done. I'd missed out on a lot of life experiences and I had all this guilt and shame about my big secret. And that made me really anxious and stressed. But it's crazy because there's nothing wrong with being gay, yet you still feel really guilty about this secret that you're keeping. I did have a few life experiences with some of my straight friends because we were a group of massively hormonal teens and we would occasionally play spin the bottle. They were like, yeah, I'll kiss a guy to impress the girls. Not in a gay way. And I was like, yeah, totally not in a gay way. Sure. I still didn't tell any of them though. Despite being really close friends for years and them all being super nice people, I just felt like it was such a big deal and I didn't know what to tell them or when or how, so I just kind of left it. So I decided moving to university would be a great time to have a life reset. Totally new town, new friends, new haircuts. Most of those are mistakes. And I figured a college campus would be somewhere that would be more accepting with things like LGBT societies, where I thought, ooh, there's others. So one night after a lot of drinking, I sat down with my university housemates in the kitchen and I just said, I like guys, and they were thankfully, totally cool. Uni then felt like this safe bubble. Something more sturdy than a bubble. A shield. And that just gave me the freedom to experiment with this new life, away from my old town and everyone I knew. I even put myself on a dating website. And no, I'm not talking about Grindr. I wanted to go on an actual date. Does that make me lame? Until one fateful day. One of my northern friends found me on the dating site, and then they texted a screenshot of my profile to all of my friends back home. It wasn't malicious. They didn't think it through. They thought it'd be something fun or scandalous, but obviously to me it was a huge deal. It totally outed me before I was ready, and it made me so scared to go home and see these people. I thought it'd be best to just explain it all at once, and thankfully we were in the golden era of MSN, so I just added them all into a group chat and said, yes, it's true, I'm gay. Some of the guys were saying, yeah, as long as you don't fancy me or anything, and I was like, yeah, you wish. And after that, they were totally cool. And I was lucky to have them as friends. My parents kind of found out themselves around this time.
I love him so much.
From the people I was hanging out with and staying the night a lot. So that saved me having to tell them, I guess. These days, my family are accepting and generally lovely people. And I slowly continued to come out to more people, like
I love
friends,
his family, his mom
people
and dad
I randomly work with, people I live near. I wish I could say everyone's been super accepting, lovely all the time, but sadly, especially 10 years ago, this was just not the case. What I'd say to someone that encounters this is it's not always like that forever. In the same way that I was ashamed of being gay as a teen, some people have been taught for various reasons that being gay is bad too. But if these people know you and care about you, they can hopefully change their beliefs. You can try and educate them and explain it, as especially old people people have some totally misguided views. But if it's more than that and it's emotional to them, I think it can be more about time, because the world is gradually becoming a better place, and with that, people are gradually becoming more accepting. So people might react badly at first, but that's because we're all victims of this cultural brainwashing that puts these feelings in our heads. In my experience, they can come around, but if they can't, unfortunately, there might not be room for them in your life until they can. Because it's not something you should put up with, and it's part of who you are, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's funny though, you never stop coming out to people, because it's not like you do it once and then everyone knows and it's no big deal. Every time I make a connection with someone new, I'll have to come out at some point. I mean, it's not always relevant, but sometimes you've got to slide it into conversation. No, I don't think I'll settle down with a nice girl one day. Lady in the shop. It feels weird that I need to keep doing this with someone that's been pretty open since I was a student, but that's the world we live in. This channel for me over the last 10 years has been about being creative or entertaining people rather than sharing my personal life. I'm not going to be a daily vlogger anytime soon and broadcast myself washing my underwear to millions of people. But now I do feel like it's important to share that I'm gay, because hopefully my story will help some of you. And representation is important. I think Teen Phil would have liked it if he could see someone on the internet that was just like him. So this won't be the last time I have to come out. I'll probably have to do it tomorrow if I meet someone new. Hello, got some mail for P. Lester. Hi, yes, I'm gay, by the way. What? So there we go. I'm gay. It's great. I'm happy.
It's great.
And hopefully you're happy for me too. If
not, I'm so happy for
you.
About
why you want a fellow human to be unhappy and not choose who they are, and if that is a healthy mindset to have. It doesn't make much sense. It's okay to be gay. And anyone watching this that is worried about their sexuality or is not out yet or is scared, I would say don't worry. There's no rush. The world is clearly becoming a much better place very quickly. I mean, there's still issues, but I think the future is bright, so stay hopeful. There are people out there for you. Even if it doesn't feel like it now, it will get better. There we go, that's enough about me and my story. I mean, I'm no expert, so I'll leave some links in the description for some help and advice from things that I think are great. Thanks for listening, awesome. And I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.
My heart. I love him so much. That was so good. That was like, because he said on Twitter that he like wanted it to be low-key, and he even said in the beginning of the video, and that was so perfect, dude, for him. It was like not too big or extravagant like Dan's was, but it got to the point. It talked about his side of the story and how everyone is different. Like Dan's was totally different, like growing up and coming out, than Phil's was, and it's just my little heart. I love him so much, and I'm so glad that he's confident in his own skin, which I'm sure he has been for a long time. He just never shared it with us. But I'm just so happy. I'm just, yeah, I'm so happy. And there wasn't like anything like to do with fan in this video, which I'm totally cool with. If they want to keep that to themselves, they can keep that to themselves. Anything that they want to share it with us, they can, and anything they don't have to, and I will never even try to force them or say that they should. That's wrong. And like, that's the thing, is like, when I ship somebody, or I guess now they're like a thing, maybe, possibly, or whatever, but like, I use whatever they give us, and plus they've said it's okay a few times, so, like, I know that, like, shipping real people is, like, a controversial topic, but I think that it's okay as long as you're not, like, pressuring them into sharing things they're not ready for. But, like, say, like, if you're, I use all of the, videos and the little, like, clues or hidden things, or just, sweet, like, just little sweet things that, they did post on the internet and were comfortable enough to post, like Dan talking about it and stuff. I use that. I don't use anything other than the stuff they give us, so, like, I will never, like, assume anything to be true without them telling us. So, like I always ship them, and I always would have loved for them to be an actual couple, but if they came out that they weren't, I was never going to be like, oh, well, no, then they aren't. Like, then, oh, they still are, they just are trying to trick us. No, like, but they never came out with that they aren't, and they never came out with that they are, either. I mean, Dan did, like, when he was, like, in 2012, and, like, earlier years, like, 2009, because they were, like, trying to completely crush it and didn't want anything to do with it. But, like, in more recent years, it's been not talked about, and stuff like that. So, I know it's a controversial topic. I get it, and I'm so, I just want to say that I'm so proud of both of them, and I'm so happy for both of them, and I'm so excited for what this opens up for, like, not even just because of being gay, just because they're comfortable with opening a personal part of their life up with us, what this opens for, like, the future, and, like, that I mean, like, the future of their channels, because now we have the hiatus on the gaming channel. Will that ever come back? We don't know. Will it come back with more confidence? Maybe. More video games? Will, like, they be more confident to just do things that they want and not censor it? You know, stuff like that. Like, just little things. And so this opens up a new era for Dan and Phil, I believe, in my head. So I'm really excited about it. And I'm getting way more into them again. So it's, like, been the hiatus, and then now this is happening. So I'm really excited. And I hope you guys are too. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!